This video is going to be about the N-word. Yes, we're talking about science-based lifters. And they're overusing the N-word. And they're creating too much focus on it. And I'm going to say the N-word in this video. Not quite yet, though. We have a few clips to look at. First clip we're going to look at is a couple science-based lifters. You've probably heard of them. And here in this video, they're going to be discussing the N-word. And we're going to watch this clip, and we're going to talk about it. And these science-based guys, they've gone too far this time. They've gone too far. So, let's get into the clip.
Now, some of you may object that Mike Israetel preaches slow negatives, and he's an expert.
Here we go again. Okay, I'm really going to try to get through this clip because it's only about 8 seconds. And I have a really hard time getting through any of these clips without going on some kind of rant. But now, let me just preface this with, some of the science guys, okay, some of the science geeks, they put out a lot of good stuff, right? And the reality is, if they've helped one person, then that's fine. And even worst case scenario, let's just say what they're saying, the science-based stuff is hurting anybody, which it's not. It's not really hurting anybody. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm joshing on them out of love. Okay, we're having a good laugh here. So I appreciate they're trying to get people in the gym, but we can't be using the N-word all willy-nilly like this. Okay?
Control slow.
And yes, Mike is an expert, and I value his opinion. So I wanted to give him a call and ask him why.
So Mike, based on the workouts we've had together, I've gathered that you like to use slower negatives.
And no, that's not the N-word I'm talking about. Negatives. That's not it. Just wait. Okay? They're talking about using slow negatives, not the N-word. Okay? We're almost there.
Could you explain your rationale behind that?
Yeah, that's a great question. There are a few layers of rationale. It's a little bit nuanced, and so
nuanced. Okay? It's a little bit nuanced. It's a little bit nuanced. Everything is nuanced. That's why we got all these kids putting the Velcro straps all over themselves and hooking themselves up to the cable machine, doing all sorts of weird stuff, saying that going to failure is bad. It's the nuance, right? It's this focus on these tiny, minute details that really don't matter. Like, you got to stick. The basics work. The basics work. The basics are getting technically proficient at the main lifts, right? Being squat, deadlift, bench, and throw an overhead press over there. Getting technically proficient in those lifts first, right? Learning how to do them, which can take a long time. And then slowly adding weight over time, eating properly, and making sure you're recovering well. That's the basics, right? These tiny little nuanced details of, when I'm doing this, this particular movement and I have the Velcro straps hooked up to my elbows, it's better to do like a Flappy Bird thing instead of a lat pull down because, it's the nuance of the isolation and you don't need all that, right? Don't get caught up in all these little tiny details. It's just not necessary, right? It's just not necessary. And the thing is, we're gonna get into some more clips. Okay, we're gonna get into some more science-based clips. Here, I want you to go and take a look on my Instagram page. If you want to send me something that you think will trigger me into oblivion, some sort of science-based clip or gym meme, go ahead and add me on Instagram. All right, go over to Real Frank the Tank 2. That's me. I haven't posted anything yet. Add me on there. Send me a reel because it's painful. The limits that I go through, you guys. Honestly, go down in the comment section and thank me, because I'm scrolling through all these science-based reels and I'm poisoning my eyeballs with it. And then I send them to myself so that we can come back together and we can watch them. So that's what we're going to do right now. I have queued up quite a few clips that I've carefully selected over the week and sent to myself. So now we're going to go through all of them, and we're going to react to them, and we're going to have a good time. Okay? And again, this is all in love, guys. At the end of the day, if you're going to the gym and you're enjoying it, more power to you. Like, I would literally work out with anybody. Even if somebody said they were science-based, I would even like to work out with them, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just all about fun and having a good time and enjoying what you're doing. So, that being said, let's get into the first clip. Dumbbell lat pull downs. This is a popular one. Now this is it. This is it. This guy's crushing. That was obviously, this one's a joke. And to be honest, there's some of these pages, some of these like science-based lifter guys. It is genuinely hard to tell. Like, I don't know if the stuff they're saying is just like complete tomfoolery and goobery, or if they're just like the high tier trolls. I genuinely don't know. And the thing is, a lot of these guys, they're putting out these videos and then they're trying to sell their coaching, right? A lot of it is their Instagram page is just a funnel for their one-on-one coaching. And do not pay for one-on-one coaching. Please, for the love of God, don't do it. Unless you're a professional and you're planning to get on stage and don't do it. And if you do hire a coach, you're not going to don't hire one of these Instagram ding-dongs. You want to hire somebody who has coached people to win a show, right? It's super simple. When I was a real estate agent, there are so many scam, like, the amount of coaching scams in real estate was crazy, and I fell victim to a couple of them. I did, boys, I did. There was one that cost me like $3,000, $3,000. That was a doozy. That one hurt. So don't do one-on-one coaching. Look, check it out. You guys want coaching? It's a video. It's a Frank Tank video, so I got to take my shirt off. Look, your resident dad bod is checking in, okay? Today, we're clocking in at 198 pounds. I'll be your coach for free, okay? You don't need coaching, boys. Look at this. Yeah, write that down. Take notes, gentlemen. Look at that. The veins are popping and throbbing. If I watch too many more of these science-based clips, I might go crazy. Okay, I don't know if I can handle it. All right, next clip. We're going to do this. Oh, here we go. Matt, my producer. You're fired. You're fired, Matt. This guy. I remember this video already. I remember when I saw it and thinking to myself, I want to cut out my eyeballs. So here, feast your eyes on this.
And who's gone to the gym, tracked your calories, and even done endless cardio, but struggles to lose that last layer of fat. You've stayed stagnant for months, if not years, and you want to take it to that next level.
I can't do it anymore. Okay, so essentially what's happening here in this clip is he's doing the basic, have you tried doing weight loss and you can't do it? You're trying to lose the stubborn belly fat, but you just can't get there. Let me save you a whole bunch of money. If you're trying to lose that last bit of belly fat and you can't do it, it's because you're not disciplined. Boom, that's it. I said, I'm going to solve all your problems right here. And here's my credentials. Look. Okay? Look at that. There's my stubborn belly fat. I'm 35. Okay? And I'm on a bulk right now. Boys, we are balls deep in the cut. I mean, in the bulk. We are bazols deep in the bulk right now. So, and you know, like I said, I have no hate for this guy at all. I genuinely hope him the best on his fitness journey, on his coaching journey. Truly, you know, I want him to succeed. But thing is, I'm just going to save you some time. If you're stuck on that little bit of belly fat, right? You can't lose that last bit of belly fat. Let me help you out right here. I'll solve your problem. Listen up. Write it down. Make sure you're getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Spread your protein and all your meals through at least 3 meals. Probably be better to do 4 evenly spaced meals. The more, the better. Track your weight every day. If you are not losing weight over 2 weeks, you can do 2 things. You can increase your activity level, or you can decrease your calorie intake. Just track everything every day. If you haven't lost that weight over 2 weeks, notch your calories down by 200, or add 30 minutes per day of cardio. That'll probably get you like 200-ish calories right there. Okay? Then continue again for 2 weeks. You got to stay consistent. It takes time, but it will work. Next clip. What do we got here? Okay, this isn't necessarily a science-based thing, but it did trigger me a little bit, and I wanted to talk
bench
about
press
it.
is not impressive. You have to have the knowledge, the discipline, adherence, being able to sleep right, being able to recover right, being able to eat right to get to that 400-pound bench press.
Buddy, you had to bulk to 315 to be able to bench 315. Now you're talking about how some 315 bench isn't impressive. What? Dude, the Trent twins benched 405.
Okay, you guys get it. You guys get it. Okay, this again. We're on the gymflation kick. First off, a 405 bench is super impressive. Here, I'm going to blow all your minds right now. A 405 bench is very impressive. A 315 bench, in my opinion, is very impressive. I'm going to keep going. A 225 bench, boys, that's impressive. Not many people in the world can bench 225, just in general. So to me, benching 225 is impressive. It is. I think that hitting that 225 for the first time, not only is it like the biggest benchmark for like a gym bro meathead, that's like the most, like everybody remembers that, right? That is like the biggest dopamine pump. You jump up, you know, high five all your friends. It's like the best day ever, right? The first time you bench 2 plates. It's crazy. You know, in a lot of cases, you worked years to get there. Right? It took me, 5 years maybe of lifting before I hit 2 plates for the first time. And then another 7 years after that before I hit 315. So don't listen to this gymflation BS, this nonsense. 225 is cool. It is. 225 is a good accomplishment. That's the first, for most people, you know, you got like, there's always like, the big dude who's just a human, a freak of nature, right? Since high school, or like or people over 6 foot. For most people, 225 is the first thing that you really got to work at and try to hit that benchmark. So it is cool. I'm bringing it back. I'm deflating gym currency. This is a good one.
So here's the science-based lifter section. I don't really go in here much.
Ooh. Oh shit. What's up? Oh, you're an optimal lifter?
Oh.
Sam's a rascal. Okay. This is this is one of these guys that I can't tell, the dude on the right. This is one of these guys that I can't tell if he's like if he's being genuine or if he's trolling. Like he's literally that like top tier troll. Like I don't know. Also, the mustache is a choice. It's a choice. I've only had a mustache like that one time, and I was deployed, and it was, we're doing No Shave November for reasons, and me and my buddy, we had to go on this mission where we were attached to Secret Service out in town, and not a crazy deployment. But we go on this mission, and we're just like, we're out and about in a very large city somewhere in the world that's not the United States, and it's him and me, and we got these gross mustaches. Super funny. It was like probably the ugliest I've ever been in my entire life, which, look at me. Even then, that's still not that bad, right? Because I am the most handsome and most humble person on the internet. So even then, it wasn't that bad. But the mustache is a choice, brother. If I may, and I'm saying this out of love, I would shave the mustache. No. Yes, shave the mustache, reset everything. I would grow out a beard. And then what you got up here, I would just take that the rest of the way. The rest of the way down. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Is doing a barbell squat, a hack squat, and a leg press all in one workout not good? It's because that's junk volume. All three of these exercises basically do the same thing.
Okay, so again, we got the science-based thing. This is something that gets parroted around a lot. He's saying you don't want to do barbell back squat and hack squat and leg press machine all in the same workout because they're essentially all doing the same thing. Well, I would say go and watch any professional workout. There's a good chance that they're doing 2 or even 3 of those 3 pressing movements in the same workout. It's a pretty high probability. Man, I'm not saying that everything that every professional does is correct. What I'm saying is, hey, let me drop some science on you, right? Okay, science. If you're looking at a whole bunch of professionals, right, you can kind of take everything they're doing and put it on a scatter plot on a board, right? And then you can take things, okay, well, it looks like 90% of them all do this. So there might be something to that. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe he's born with it. I can't do any more of that clip because of the mustache. This guy, if you ever see this video and you want one-on-one coaching for appearance, like grooming, hit me up. I got you. Free 99.
Something no one ever talks about is the epidemic of guys who grossly overestimate how much muscle they have. They've truly never been lean before, so they'll constantly say things like victim weight, this, that, the other thing. And it's like, brother, you think you're 16% body fat, but you're really like 26% body fat. These guys think they have 200 pounds of lean mass, and they really have like 165 pounds of lean mass. Completely delusional, need to lose way more weight than they think they do to act.
Yeah, okay. Basically, the point here is that, a lot of people are overestimating how much lean body mass they have. And the thing is, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of mixed about this because I'm all about it. Man, I'm all about it. If somebody is up in the gym and they're confident, right? And they're in the mirror and they're like popping a Snapchat to Riz some girls presumably, and they have like a stick build and they're like 140 pounds. It doesn't matter. I'm like, bro, that's awesome. That's, that is legit. I love to see the confidence, right? Because there are so many people, myself included, where every day, and this is the reason I started working out, every day I look at myself in the mirror and I do not like it, right? Which is the whole reason why I work out, because I'm trying to change the way I am. There is very few moments in time where I pop something and I'm like, okay, starting to look like something. Okay, we're starting to get in the right direction. Man, so if you're confident and you're in the mirror and you're ripping double buys, that's awesome. I love to see it genuinely. Seriously. It's great. So I don't really care if somebody overestimates how much muscle mass they have. Dude, be a confident king. Go out there and slay. I'm all about it. Next one. We caught one in the wild.
Oh my God, it's Jeff Nippard.
Come down here. Let me explain. Okay. This is a super optimal science-based workout.
The thing is, it's nuance.
It ices the stretch.
You have to understand the nuance of the full stretch of the bicep, and once you can fully embrace and understand the nuance, then this exercise will make sense to you. And if you can't, it's because you don't have the ability to science. You can't science. So this one said, when the guy next to me in the gym starts doing the same exercise but picks slightly heavier dumbbells. In this video, guy brings up a very valid point about all science-based lifting studies. Every single study that they talk about with science-based lifting.
This is the kind of stuff that no research study can account for. Hear me out. You're in the gym, warming up incline press, do a couple reps with the 75s, that's feeling all right. We're going to move up to the 80s and we're going to go for our set of 6. But first, the guy you can't stand in the gym for absolutely no reason at all.
Quick pause about this. Okay, so we're going to get into the rest of the video about the main point of this video, but like I have to rant, okay? I got to rant just a little bit about this. So when he said, you know, that guy in the gym that you just can't absolutely stand for no reason because you don't know him, I've personally never experienced this. For real. I've never, this is not me. I cannot relate to this. Man, I've had great luck so far with meeting bros in the gym. And I have found that if you're kind of new to the gym and you want to, let's just say you want to make friends with some gym bros. Here is how you make a friend for life with gym bros. It is so simple. You walk over to somebody that's working out, another dude. Let's say they're doing biceps, right? Doing some curls. In between sets, you walk over and say, hey, looking big, brother. You know, looking huge, looking veiny, looking meaty, striated. Very nice. I'm trying to look like you. That's it. Best friends for life. Seriously. I've had nothing but good experiences with dudes. Like, I've never had a gym rival. It just doesn't happen. And it's wild because I can't say anything else. I don't want to go into that territory, but yeah, man, that's it. It's like, I've only had good experiences. Okay, so anyways, we're going back to this video where he's talking about, let's just say you're getting ready to do a certain weight, and then you see another guy who you don't like, which I can't relate with, and then this happens.
Don't know his name. Can't stand him, though. Grabs the 80s. What are you going to do? You going to do a set with the 75s? Are you going to wait for the 80s because that's optimal and that's what you need to progress your training? No. You're going to grab the 85s and you're going to rip them out. And out of pure spite, you still get all 6 reps. Now you've hit a PR with a weight you've never touched before, and it's simply because a guy in the gym that you don't even know his name, but you just hate him. He decided he was going to take your dumbbells. Literally just to prove a point you've...
Okay, you got the point. Sometimes in the gym, let's just say there'll be some little thing that motivates you to push that little extra bit, and you can, boom, you PR. You got a new weight. I can't explain it. There's been times where I hit a weight, or I tried to hit a weight, failed it, and then, I get a breather in, put on the right song, punch myself in the head a couple times, and then bang, smash it, crush it. And that's the thing is, like, there is a non-physiological aspect to lifting to some degree. It's to some immeasurable degree. There is some sort of extra physiological factor. I don't know. And it's just, you can't account for it in any study. And in my opinion, that extra physiological factor is often greater than whatever is measured, is greater than the margin of error for a lot of these studies. So it's like, you know, how can you you can't do a scientific study with lifting. There's too many variables, including variables that are psycho in your head. There's just too many variables. So to say anything is like, oh, well, this is science-based, so it's right. Is it? Well, it's about the nuance. The nuances. No. It's much simpler than that. It's much simpler than that. You got to have, you just crush a couple ice cream sandwiches before the gym. Is that science-based? No. You should try it. It's amazing. True story, last time I was on my big bulk, I was just literally doing anything to eat as much as humanly possible when I was dirty bulking, which is awesome, by the way. Dirty bulking is incredible. I don't know if you saw, but I survived. Okay, got all the fat off in 3 months. It was easy. Kept a lot of muscle. Very happy with the results. But anyways, I was just going ham one day. Went to the grocery store. Me and the wife went after the gym, and then we went grocery shopping. And on the drive home, I ate an entire box of ice cream sandwiches, and I did not regret it. It was incredible.
Would I have
Next
ever
video.
thought I would get critiqued in the gym for training too hard? So today at the gym,
A 16-year-old kid comes up to me.
I don't even know if this actually happened or not. I just remembered the video. Okay, so this guy's basically saying that he went to failure and some little 16-year-old guy came over to him and said, "You're training too hard." Did it happen? I don't know. It's like, man, what do you say to that? You know, is it too hard? I don't know. How do you know? Is it? I don't know. These guys are getting crazy with the nuance, right? The N-word. You gotta stay away from the N-word. It's just, you don't need the N-word. Just get it out of your vocabulary. This guy gets it. Oh, I hope this video doesn't get canceled because of that sound clip. That would be highly disappointing.
Aren't you Patrick Starr? Yep. And this is your ID? Yep. I found this ID in this wallet.
Okay, this is very it goes in the line of like body dysmorphia, right? You're saying, like I was saying earlier, 225 is good, right? So if benching 225 makes you big, you can do more than 225. Doesn't that make you big? Well, no. Like me, right? Every time I look in the mirror, even when I was 237 pounds, at 5'9", 18-inch arms, 27-inch thighs, I still looked at myself and was like, I'm kind of small and I'm also fat. How is this possible? I don't know. It's just eternal body dysmorphia. I'm convinced that it doesn't matter. It does not matter how I look. I will always see myself as small. And I'm glad I'm not the only one that's trying to work through that. We can have body dysmorphia together. Here we go. Also, boys, I'm 35. What does mogged mean? Somebody help me out. Mogged. I do not know this.
I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Muscle activation is a learned skill. It's not something that is objectively biomechanic. So now...
I don't want to listen to the rest of what he has to say because he has science-based in his thing. But what he's saying is true. Okay, even though I'm not down with using the Velcro straps to work your lats, like, dude, just do a pull down. Or a row. Like, you're missing out on, like, do you want to have small forearms and you want to have a bad grip? Like, I don't get the anti-grip propaganda. Like, oh, you're not working it's the nuance of the lats. You don't want to work your grip at the same time. Yeah, I do want to work my grip at the same time because I want meaty, right? I want meaty, veiny forearms. Okay, I don't want, right? I don't want tiny little twig forearms. Okay, I want some meat on the bones. Whew. Got a little lightheaded from that one. I could use some pre-workout. So, you know, I just, but what he's saying about muscle activation is very true. And I experienced this. It took me, in some cases for certain muscle groups, actual years, to really feel it, to really be able to feel it. And in my opinion, the best way to speed that process up, if that is you and you are trying to get to the point where you can really feel it in the muscle, I would say the best thing to do is probably kick the weight down a little bit than whatever you're doing. Go nice and slow and really just trying to focus on proper form, chest up, correct execution, and really focusing on the form. 12 reps minimum 12. Higher than that would be preferred, you know, really in the 20 range. And again, this is just to lay the foundation, the groundwork of being able to focus on actually contracting the muscle and building the mind-muscle connection. And this is just my opinion, it is. I don't think that you're going to get that by squeaking out 3 or 4 crappy reps at your peak intensity. I don't think it's going to happen, or it will, and it'll just take a long time because you're recruiting so many other things by doing that. All right, last clip. Yeah. That's what I like to see. I'm sure, you know, I'm glad to see there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people hating on him. And obviously, if you make a video like this, you're gonna have a lot of people hating. But if I could say anything to this guy, it would be, bro, keep going. I would say get your calories in, keep working hard. Ignore what these guys say. It doesn't matter, you know. And there's some cool people in here, but dude, I'm not about tearing it down. I am about making fun of science-based lifting. I will do that. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm not gonna stop. Stopping is not on the menu. Okay, it's not in the game plan. But I will do everything I can for you guys because I want you guys to get the gains. I want you to meet your goals. Okay, I want you to get big and jacked. That's why we're all here, right? And I want you to get jacked and have a good time doing it. So, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you want to cringe me into existence, make sure you get over to my Instagram. Here, let me pull it up again. You get over to my Instagram, add me on there. You send me a reel. Ask me a question. You want to ask me a question on there? I'll make a video about it. Easy. Okay, so you know you have the real one because there's a 2 at the end, right? So it just like my YouTube name, Real Frank the Tank 2. I'll hook you up. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.